Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is going to be in a little bit of a different setting. We are sitting in my backyard right now. I told you I live in the sticks. These are the sticks. And if you can hear a lawnmower in the background, that is not someone cutting their lawn. That is a person driving their lawnmower down the street, probably towing a aluminum boat behind them. And that is not a joke. Those are the kind of sticks I live in. Anyways, so I just kind of wanted to do a little bit of an informal video. Not that any of my videos are formal, but like I've said, it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I just kind of want to keep talking about mental health, whether it's mine or someone else's. If you have anything, you want to add in the comments or whatever, or talk about it, like I fully encourage that. I got a lot of really positive feedback after my interviews the other day with Jude and Danielle, because they were so candid and open and honest. And that's not something that we see a lot with mental illness, is people being honest about what they're going through, because I guess just a lot of people can't really handle it, and they also just don't understand. And I know I've said that a lot, but I want to, in this video, kind of want to delve deeper into that whole people not understanding. And sorry, that's Boomer also drinking water in the background, but this is my life. So when I say that, like, people don't understand, and that's not trying to be mean or say, like, you don't get it, so back off. It's just trying to tell you that if you are not me, you don't know what I'm going through, and you don't know what's going on in my head, and you don't know my thoughts or my actions, and just like the same way that I don't know what's going on in your head or your thoughts or whatever. But when we have a mental illness, our judgment is skewed, our thought process is skewed, our emotions are skewed. Like, there's so many things that we just don't have control over. And that's kind of what we mean by, like, you don't understand. Like, I've personally never had anyone in my life say to me, like, just get over it. I know people say that a lot. I've never had anyone say that to me. And honestly, if someone did, I feel like I would just punch them in the fucking face, because that would be my attitude towards them. I do have a temper sometimes, and I'm just not gonna put up with that shit, someone telling me to just get over it, because that's just ridiculous, and that person is ridiculous. So I guess I'm lucky in that respect. However, that doesn't change the fact that I still don't feel like people don't understand me. So I talked a little bit about my depression, I think a couple months ago, and stuff has changed. I think at the time I had just gotten on a new prescription, and because my other previous prescriptions hadn't been working, and I thought they were working for a couple weeks, and now I can definitively say that they are not working. So this is the third prescription I've been on this year, and it's not working, so I need to go back to my GP. However, I will say, like, these are kind of I'm just talking about kind of like my struggles too. So my GP doesn't quite understand much about mental health, as I've gathered. So my first doctor I had, up until I was about 15, 16, and he was great, and I loved him, and he was the one who first put me on antidepressants when I was first diagnosed. So he diagnosed me with depression, mild depression. It was mild depression, and so I went on medication. Then throughout the years, I went on and off through medication, I think, like I've said, because I'm really bad at taking my meds. And then I got a new doctor once that one retired, and she had just kind of gone based on his diagnosis of me, and also based on what I was saying. I was depressed, like, I know I'm depressed. And then anyway, so she just kind of prescribed me whatever. And then so now I'm at this point where, like, my depression, I believe, is what's the word called that Jude said? It's like a depression that doesn't take to medication. So it's either that, I mean, that's totally me guessing, or I'm just not on the right medication. So so that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I have my psychiatric evaluation in like 9 days, 10 days. So I'm kind of at the point where, do I go to my doctor and try to get another prescription that won't even kick in by the time I go to my psychiatrist, or do I wait to see the psychiatrist, get her or his, sorry, I don't know, diagnosis, I guess, and then go based on their prescription. And I know that you're probably thinking, just wait, but I've been thinking that my medication hasn't been working for a while now, and it's hard to get a doctor's appointment to get in soon to see them. So anyways, it's now like, well, I'm just kind of riding it out. Like, I know my medication's not working. However, that's not good for me, because anything can happen when your medication's not working, when you have mental health issues. Anything can happen, okay? But it's just at the point where, well, okay, if I go to my doctor tomorrow, she gets a new prescription, I get it on Saturday, I get it on, oh no, sorry, I'd have to see her on Friday at the walk-in clinic. I'd get it on Saturday, then by the next Saturday when I have my psychiatric evaluation, they haven't even kicked in yet. So I'm just sticking with my prescription right now. And then another thing that I wanted to address kind of from the other videos is that, so my husband's benefits cover $300 a year to see a psychologist. They only cover a psychologist, okay? So I saw a psychologist last year, one time, because she cost $225 an hour. And so if I went again, I would have to pay for most of it, but I didn't like her, so I didn't want to go again. I didn't feel like she really cared about me. I didn't really feel like she understood me or even believed me, really. So I didn't see her again. So I was on the hunt to find another one this year, and I called 3 places in the area. All of them had, I called 3 places. 2 of them had waiting lists for about 3 months, but one of them did not. So I decided to see her. So her office, or her clinic, she's a psychologist and she has associates. However, I did not realize that I would be seeing a psychotherapist and not a psychologist, because the office is called, like, it's her name, and she's a psychologist. So I saw her and she was great. I loved her. I loved her from the moment I met her. She, like, the first time I was there, she talked to me for 3 hours. Like, it was a Friday night. She stayed like way past till 8 o'clock at night. Like, she was fabulous. And then I went and saw her again because I really liked her. And then when I tried to claim the receipts, I realized that they weren't going to cover her. I thought maybe, they'd put psychologists, but maybe they would cover some other people. No, they wouldn't cover her. So she was $130 an hour. So now I'm on the hook for this $260 an hour, or $260 for my therapy, which I loved. However, I cannot afford, really. Like I said in my previous video, I also said I can't afford to not go to a psychologist or a therapist. Like, I don't fucking care what their designation is. I just want to talk to someone who is completely unbiased about my life and everyone in my life, and my problems. And she was that. However, it's not covered. So either I continue to see her and go into debt, or I don't see her and see how that works out for me. And it hasn't not worked out for me well in the past. Anyways, I'm almost running out of time. If anyone can tell me how I can upload videos past 10 minutes on my phone to YouTube, let me know, because it won't let me. So, but I have more shit I want to say, so I'm gonna wrap this up now and come back for part 2. Thanks, guys.